Well,
Are we
hi.
on?
I don't know.
Should we check with some friends?
Let's see.
Colin, we think we got it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting there for sure. But I think I say that every week.
You do. Let's see.
That's the optimist person that I am.
I know. Well, oh boy. So we're,
I'm Kelly Freer.
and I'm Donitza Halverson.
And you're joining us for Corner of the Market. And
Yes.
This is us filming our podcast that will be airing on or posted on Friday mornings. So we're doing the filming Thursday. We're a little early this week.
Yes, we are.
We normally do this live
Yes.
at 4 o'clock. But we are going a little early this week because we have a really fun event with our Lodi team today.
Yes.
So we're super excited that we get to join them.
I know,
And
it's
do some
exciting.
fun things
Yeah.
for the market and what's
Yeah.
going on. And speaking of the market,
Market's been great.
it's hot.
know.
It's picking up fast and furious.
Yes.
I probably got the most calls just for information, refis, purchase, everything. I got more on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this week than probably all of January. Like, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
you're right.
I had so many calls.
Well, and the sun is out and everyone
It makes a
is
difference.
really, people are fixing up their house. It's all clean, spring clean, and
Well,
they're getting ready to
I say
list.
the sun is out unless you're in
Well,
the Midwest.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
They're having
huge
record storms. Oh my gosh.
Like where?
Yeah.
Minnesota, New
Minnesota
York?
today was the only thing in the news for weather this morning.
Oh
There
my
was a
God.
guy there that I'm going to start following on Instagram. He was so funny. He was on the Today Show.
Uh-huh.
And he said, I'm rebelling. And so he sat outside in
the
Minnesota. And he said it was worse than snow today because they
Oh my
are to the
gosh.
blizzard part where it's like ice, where it's literally sleet. And he said that's more like when
Yeah.
the snow has now turned to ice rocks, and he's sitting there and he's just getting hit in the face. And it was 70
Oh my
degrees
God.
there on Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Minnesota today is like
Forget it.
crazy. And
Well,
I'm
here in
it's
California,
April.
it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's beautiful here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we always say about California? Our values, our taxes are a little high for property taxes, but we buy our weather through our property tax. That's the way I always
And our
think about
sales
it.
tax is going up too
Yeah,
in certain areas.
yes. So
Did you hear that?
yeah.
I think it's like Sacramento County. There's certain counties that it's going up. But, but you know what?
I live here because
know.
of the weather.
I know.
I really do. And so
I just want my
complain.
check for my property
Yeah,
taxes.
and I complain about it the whole time. But the taxes, but yeah. I
Hey,
live
don't
here.
forget, if you didn't pay your property taxes, you are officially late.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. In California. I
I'm
know
sorry.
it's the same everywhere.
California? I don't know. I would
I don't
think it is. No?
I don't know. I think
We'll
it
have
might
to
be a
find
little
that
different.
out.
Yeah, we'll have to update everybody. But I think, in California it'd be rough.
So what do we have news in the market?
So a couple interesting things. Fun fact. So, first we'll start with rates.
Yeah.
They're holding steady.
Yeah.
Or down, really.
They really,
Down.
it's going down a little bit.
Yeah, we ticked down just a bit, and so mortgage rates are just phenomenal,
Amazing.
And they're supposed to hold for the
Yeah.
year. But
they say.
do you actually have your crystal ball? Because I don't have mine with me, so we don't
We're
actually
guessing.
know.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's what they say.
Yes,
but
they say.
anything could happen.
Yeah, any given tweet, things, the whole world
Anything
can
can happen
change
in 1 second.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that is what they say, and
Yeah.
it's usually pretty accurate. We follow a lot of
Mm-hmm.
information daily, a lot of different news sources,
And we get alerts literally every hour on our phone
Mhm.
that says they've dropped, they've increased, up and down. But it's so minute that it's not going to make a difference in your
but
loan.
we do have midday pricing changes occasionally, and so that's our job to stay on that and keep
Yeah.
our clients informed. So, but I did get a fun fact this week.
Okay.
So I know I talk all the time about millennials because I have a couple, but also because there's so much going on where they're going to be. Well, they are the largest population, not number
Right.
one. I almost said
You almost said number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the largest population, right? And so we really have to follow what their trends are because that's going to affect not mortgages, real estate, but any business, right? You should be figuring out what they're doing. And so this was kind of interesting. Purchase requests increased in January up to 87% of total purchase requests, which is really great. And that was up to,
Yes.
I'm sorry, that was February. And that was up 2% from January.
Which is awesome.
It's awesome because a lot of people fear that the millennials have their holdbacks on getting in the market. One, because they saw what the parents go through the crash.
Right.
Because affordability. So I thought that was a really good fact. And in California, that's affecting us a lot. which leads us into some market updates we want to talk about. Because what did we do yesterday?
Yesterday was such a great day.
Oh my God, exhausting and amazing.
It was. I mean, we were there. We went to the Capitol. And met with several assemblymen and women.
Yes,
that were there, and
some people met with senators. We
they actually met with senators as well.
One or the other, yeah.
And
we had teams. We're part of the California Association of Mortgage Professionals, and an amazing group. So it was legislative day for us at the state capitol, and
we all met with at least 4.
Yes,
and we really were able to talk about some great things that are happening in our industry, and some things that we may need to make some changes
that we would like. We got to voice our opinions.
Yes,
and we did it as a whole for our industry.
Yeah, but they were so welcoming, and
I was so impressed.
But I cannot believe how many people were there from different sources of, whatever
all
they
kinds
were
of industries.
Supporting and all of that.
Or opposing. Yeah.
I mean, the hallways were filled.
We actually had to take one meeting with one group
in the hallway. Because as everyone's walking around.
So crazy.
And in fact, one of the ladies, it was her first time, and she was like, I can't believe that we actually sat in the hallway and discussed these major things because they're so busy. And it's like, hey, take them where you can.
Yeah, we were so fortunate that they took the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so impressed. This time I felt like it was only my second time doing this, but I felt like they were so open and appreciated us coming in and voicing. They're like, this is what we need.
Yeah, well, they need to be educated.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't know everything. And so if you're the specialist in that area, they need to hear from you. Yeah. And it was really great.
I felt like my voice was heard more than ever.
Yes.
And I felt like now when I see something, we always like, oh, we're going to vote on that, or what does it matter? Sometimes we all have that feeling. And I think now I feel like more than ever I'm going to email my assemblyman that represents my area.
Because they do listen.
They listen. And I mean, they're taking notes and they're like, do you have okay, we want
feedback.
And they told us when it might hit the floor or not. Right. And
we learned a lot about how it works.
Yes.
And we were sitting in one of the offices and they had like a TV and they were literally watching
a couple of the bills on the floor.
On the floor.
And so, she said when her assemblyman, she was one of the support people, and when her assemblyman is speaking, she said, I've got to listen and see what he might need or do.
Right.
And so that was really interesting that they can do that. Yeah. And then I talked to one of them, he's like, oh, yeah, it can be really boring. But I said, I can see where it's really exciting. Sure. Maybe not exciting, but educational if you're involved in any level in that bill. Oh. I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think they have so many.
Well, that's how,
that was the other thing. They have the book. They have the Senate and Assembly bill book each day. And
Daily.
It's literally like that thick.
Yeah.
And it's just today. Well, if you're listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
It's
half-ish. But you know what's so funny is one of the gals was saying how they try to make it digital, right? And we're a little more old school. I am.
I try to be really digital.
I'm a paper girl. Yeah, and so they tried to do some digital stuff, but it went back to the
and
book.
Me being liking to do everything online on my phone or my computer if I can and not carry paper. I could see in that environment after being there in a day when you're running to the hall and taking a meeting, you're not going to carry your laptop.
Yeah, and your phone.
Your phone's
too
small. This is so much stuff. So I could see where you kind of need to hold paper for some time. And there's so many people engaged on so many different things. You probably have to be more paper. Like she had files and
it was so interesting. It was awesome.
So we posted a lot on our Facebook and hopefully you're all on that. But it was I really felt like more than ever our voices should be heard.
And hopefully for you mortgage originators, I have to tell you, you need to get involved.
Yeah.
And the more you're educated on what's going on, we're here to help the consumer. And this really made me feel like I'm actually participating and helping them.
Yeah.
Not only helping them, but helping our job as well. Make it just as smooth as can be and not keep adding layers. But it was amazing. But I mean, we were there from like 7 until I think we got
And then we all met afterwards and debriefed.
It was great.
We got home like 10 p.m. But well worth it.
Little bags under my
and I'm like, yeah. The podcast might be better than the visual today.
Right.
But that's okay.
Luckily, they can't see us on that.
Yeah, exactly. But I did think that was really, really exciting. Yeah. And then I also, I thought that was exciting. And then I feel like I want to get even more involved in
100%.
In CAMP, California Association of Mortgage Professionals. And I'm sure every state has a chapter. I know California has many chapters, but
absolutely.
But I think we're we joined the Sacramento chapter.
But let's just share what happened this morning.
Which
I thought was really cool.
Yes, the assemblyman from my, I'll just give a shout out, Assemblyman Cooper. I left a note. He was not there, but his representative, I feel bad. I don't know.
I know. He was amazing, though.
He was so amazing. And so he joined us and took notes and a lot. And because Assemblyman Cooper is from my area, and I've met him out and about. And you
wrote him a nice note.
Yeah, and he was the first mayor in Elk Grove. And so he really represents our area, among others. But so I have met him a few times personally out and about in the community. So I just left him a little note. And he reached out and called today and said, I left my business card and a note. And he actually called and said, I'm sorry I missed you guys. Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this and giving us your opinions and sharing.
And he invited us to come.
And he said, I would love for you guys all to come back.
I thought that was so awesome.
And I'll go through any questions you might have. And so,
I mean, how busy is he?
Right.
And the first thing in the morning, he called. And he was like, so
he said,
we
thanks
emailed.
for leaving a note, which I wasn't sure is appropriate. I even asked him. I said, can I leave a note? He's like, absolutely.
Right. And we text our team and we're just like, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. So we're going to go and meet with him maybe in end of May or something. It'll be fun. Yeah. And we'll have to report how that went.
Yeah. So super excited. So fun
stuff.
Anyway, so our final series of our Healthy for the Soul.
Healthy for the Soul.
And it's been really, really interesting. It's been really great for me.
Yeah.
I've made some changes.
I'm so happy.
And I have 2 new ones. But you get to recap because, it's your stuff.
Well, I think the most important thing is it's so easy to think positive, negative. People, it's just negative, right?
Yeah.
But
it's easy to get caught up in it when somebody else does.
Well, I call that cancer, right? Yeah. It's like just so, you just want to get rid of that, right?
Yeah.
And so I just feel that, being positive, like my father would say, as they say, empty glass, half empty or half full. Right. Wow, my dad always says just pour in a smaller glass and it's full. It just depends on the size.
Right? No, that's
right?
Yeah.
I love it. So and that changes your attitude. But I think that the great thing for us is I'm so proud of you that you did.
Yes.
I do my morning affirmation and my positive and my goals and, I have my little 1 hour. And everyone has their own way of doing it. And I'm really proud that you actually started it.
I did.
And I can totally see a change.
Yeah.
I can.
It's weird.
Well, number 1, your health. That's been amazing.
I'm not all bruised up.
No, you're good.
From the lack of potassium. I'm eating better. Yes.
And we did some fun acts of kindness.
Yes.
And
we had some great. Yeah, that's been really fun.
And that's been great. And actually, didn't it happen to you?
That's easy to just continue.
Didn't it happen to you? Or someone was telling us it just happened to them. And they were like, I'm in line and they bought me coffee. And I was like,
somebody
that was you.
Share. No, but somebody else shared it with us.
Yeah, that it happened to them. And I just think it's important in our personal lives and our business lives to, life is stressful, but just to focus on the good things in life. And sometimes it's the really small things,
and
right?
and sometimes you have to even dig a little bit to find them, to really to live in that moment because, like you said, the rest can take over, and it's really up to us to decide if it does or not.
Absolutely.
And so, that was great. So I had a really great exercise this week that a realtor partner of mine did a presentation. And it was interesting for the group that she was presenting to. There's about 20 of us or so. And she stands up. So she's very into yoga. And I thought, okay, what's she going to make? When she stands up and says, okay, I want you to all do an exercise. And I'm like, how much is she going to make this group do? It was the simplest thing. And I really am not that, I would not have taken the moment to do this. And I was like, that was really great. I need to start doing that more often. So she just stood up in front. She was like, okay, everybody just do a favor for me. It'll be really quick.
Right.
And she said, put your right hand on your heart, your left hand on the top of your abdomen. And she said, just, a little pressure there. And she said, okay, close your eyes. She goes, just breathe deep with me and hold it. Took a deep breath. And we just held it for, I think, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. And she goes, okay, release and hold it. and one more time. And we did that. And it's weird. I mean, that takes like 15 seconds total, 10 seconds. And it was. And she said,
That's
sometimes
awesome.
you just have to take that moment and right yourself and calm yourself.
But, you know,
and
that's a part of like meditation or whatever.
It is. But I think of that as a big thing. Like you have to, maybe not a long time, but maybe 15 minutes, or you have to like
do that on your
have
desk.
Yeah.
Breathing is a huge part
because
of just
you do
relaxing
just get
yeah.
caught up in life, and so maybe, you know, I'm thinking, okay, when things do like take me by surprise, good or bad,
Right.
you know, take a moment to breathe. And I thought that was big for me, because I just wouldn't.
Well, it just
have
helps
done
you
that.
take
And
a
so
moment.
a moment,
Because we're
Just a
always, you know,
moment.
just take one moment,
and just
take
breathe.
that breath, and then you're like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever the situation is in life.
And
right?
then she did her presentation, and it was all about real estate, and it was really, really great, and you could tell he was very in the moment. Yeah,
I love
and so I love that, and then I started working out last week or this week, and so I decided I'm doing it again. I'm gonna start getting up. I set my alarm all ready for tomorrow at 5:30.
Good.
And I'm just calling.
You're gonna be up at 5:30.
I'm putting it out there.
You should call me.
I did it for a long time. Oh, don't tell me that. I so will.
You should
I'll
call
be
me
like,
every
Emma,
morning, and
I
I'll
want
be
you to
like,
know I'm on the streets.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that is kind of my meditation.
I think it's
like
great.
a walk, and I used to really enjoy that, and physically and mentally it cleanses me. And people think it's weird that I don't listen to music when I do it most of the time. Sometimes now I'll just turn on songs that I like, but I actually just get through it. That's my thing, and I just think about my day or my kids or what I'm going to accomplish today, or
I love it.
you know. And so I don't have to be caught up in a workout music. I don't need it. I love music. I never don't have music on in my house. But
it's your moment.
I just
take care
do
of
my
you.
thing. And so,
Well,
like, okay, I'm going to start doing it in the morning, and I just got to get it out of the way.
Well, I think
And
it's
then
important.
start the day with success.
Yeah, I just think it's important that whatever it is for you, but you need to do that. Like I said, it's easy to get caught up and get into that funk or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's also really easy to just focus on the positive and be grateful. And
Well, this whole series reminded me to focus on me a little bit, which it's just
and
not,
the thing
it's
is,
not my
I know,
thing.
but you know what? If we don't take care of
Yeah.
us, we can't take care of
Put
us.
the oxygen mask on us first, right? Thanks, Kathy. Reminder.
Yeah, I love that.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
So I do feel like this whole little series kind of brought me back to that.
Yep. It's
So
going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And we're going to continue it. And I hope that you all continue
We'll
it.
all give you updates. This is the final of this series. We'll do something similar to it again in the future, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
I'll keep everybody up to date on how I do on my journey, because I think it's important just to be vulnerable and relevant, and we want to do that both personally and professionally.
Yes.
And so, you know, sometimes we keep it raw. And I'm super excited to do it and share it with everybody, and we'll see.
So
We'll see how it plays out.
Before we end our
We have a
series
few
today,
more minutes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have to share something really exciting. So you all know my son moved to New York.
I was going to say something.
I just have to do this,
I know,
right?
I'm so excited.
So my son moved to New York, and his beautiful girlfriend, Gabrielle, and so they're doing so well, and he's been searching for a job.
Living the dream.
And yeah, like he even said, you know, he's like, Mom, we really took, a leap of faith. They moved to New York. They didn't know anybody there. Gabrielle found a job. Alex had one, and then he started searching. Took about 2 months.
And he knew it was a temporary job.
Yeah,
when
it was
he moved
temporary.
there. Yeah.
And the other day, I just told him, I go, listen, you have to just focus and be positive. Even if they say no, take something from that you've learned, and then the next, interview, go from there. And so he did. He, instead of trying to get down about it, he's like, okay, I took what came from this interview. He felt what was right, what was wrong. Long story short, that day before he called me, he received a call from the second company that he was really thrilled about to get an offer. And then like 20 minutes later, the first company called. And then he had 2 other companies that same day.
It's
anyway,
a lot to do with energy.
It is, but he really was very positive about it. And now he has a full-time job. He starts Monday. He's super excited.
And he has a full-time dream job.
He really wanted. He kind of wanted to travel. So they call him yesterday and like, oh, hey, Alex, how about flying with us to Chicago? And he's like, yeah. Young, and he's going to be able to travel, and it's a proud moment for me. But for him, it was very grounding for him to really feel grateful and then to be excited. And he's learned so much through that
Yeah.
step. So I have to share that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send him a text. I'm
Yeah,
so,
you have to.
So impressed and excited
Yeah.
for him, and I knew they were both. They're just so driven and so focused and such amazing kids.
They are. Just like yours.
Excuse me, friends. These allergies are killing me this year.
Oh, I thought you don't have allergies.
I don't.
Oh,
I've never had
okay.
them ever in my life.
You do now.
And I'm just dying. I should have brought water today. But yeah. So we'll have to start going to restaurants, and then I'll have my water.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
But no, that is super great.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
excited.
fun. Well, we some stuff coming up this weekend because we're not in Minnesota. In the blizzard,
we're gonna have sun. Hopefully.
Yeah. We are gonna have sun,
Yeah.
and this is so embarrassing. I'm dying. I know. I thought about it.
Well,
I think
it's something better than nothing.
Sorry, friends.
Have a Coke. Well, so what's happening this weekend?
So 2 things that I noticed big, and I almost got you involved, but our day was so long yesterday. So I know you are super into sports. You used to play sports, all of that.
Yeah.
So I know you are, but you haven't been as family engaged in observing or just being just watching sports like my whole family does. But this weekend it's big, and we both love golf. I'm dying, and it's the Masters.
Yes.
And so we have a pool, family pool we do.
Mm-hmm.
So last night, like 10:30, I'm making my picks, and I did no research, so I had to just pick. You're gonna have to finish.
So basically, you picked, and you
I
guys
picked,
are now.
and I just emailed and I said, okay, these picks are just the people I'm gonna watch this weekend anyway.
Right.
So I picked with my heart. I have no idea. I'm gonna lose bad. But I picked. And so that's going on. And I'm dying.
And Kelly says she
Golf's
doesn't have
and grapes.
allergies, but she does.
And I'm actually dying, and I'm so embarrassed.
Well, maybe we'll play golf this weekend.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. But it's a weekend of golfs and
Yes,
grapes in
it's gonna
California.
be fun.
There are wine events going on
Yes.
everywhere. Everything
Well,
is
we might
fun.
have to do wine
Yeah.
and golf.
That would be the perfect weekend. A little
Okay.
wine tasting and a little golf.
All right.
But yeah, we have the Asparagus Festival this
Yes,
weekend.
that's
We
gonna
have,
be awesome.
Zens in the Hills or something. There's a
Yeah.
big Zen festival
Yep.
in our Amador County. I'm sure there's lots going on in Napa. So we have a lot of really fun, great stuff going on this weekend. And it's just that energy of weather.
Well, the
It's
weather's
the weather
amazing.
for us. Yeah,
It's not
and
snowing.
it's our we don't have the blizzard. Oh, I didn't finish with the guy in Minnesota. It was so hilarious. So I guess he has a show there. I'm gonna start following him. He was so funny. He literally sat out there in the sleet. He goes, "No, I'm not giving in. I'm staying positive." And he pans over and he has his lawn chair there and a barbecue, and he's literally barbecuing in the snow.
Oh my
Hamburgers
God.
and hot dogs. He goes, "No, I'm not. It's spring, and I'm just living my best spring."
There you go.
And I thought
Thinking
that
positive.
went right with our positive
Yeah.
thing. So I'm sorry I had to go back and share
Okay.
that.
So
But here
let's
we have
finish
amazing weather.
with.
And
What are we
we're gonna
doing?
watch the Masters.
What's our
Going
next
into
series?
our next series,
Yeah.
bringing it back to
Yeah.
to mortgage
That's
a little
good.
bit, because that is our base. We
Yeah.
want to be, like we said, relevant for everybody and positive and bring so much to your life on so many levels. But and with that said, if anybody has anything they would like us to cover,
Yes, we would love it.
in or out of the mortgage real estate market, we would love for you to comment on
Yep.
that, and we will share that with you. And then, but we think we're going to go back to basics.
Yeah, we're going
and
to
go
talk
through
about some
products.
great products and programs, and
Yeah.
how we can help you right now
First-time
purchasing,
homebuyers,
right?
all
that good
veteran,
stuff.
like everything.
Yeah.
There's so many products.
So exciting.
Yeah, so we'll start do our 6-week series
Yep.
on different products,
And we'll probably have some guests.
oh yeah, I think important.
I think it's great. We'll probably have even some agents talk about, certain programs that have helped them.
And there's a lot of changes going on in veterans programs and FHA and some really good stuff.
So we're
it's gonna be
excited.
fun. Yeah, we're excited to share that with you guys.
Yep.
If you have any specific products, any of our agents or our first-time home buyers or
Questions.
friends and family, if you have a
us know.
specific product that you'd like us to cover, we will
Yes.
in great detail. We will absolutely do that. So just comment on
Yes.
our Facebook pages or Twitter, any of our few avenues that we stream
We just
to.
appreciate you all
We
joining
appreciate
us.
it.